What's up, YouTube? It's Ev, bringing the blaze back. And welcome to episode 1 of our Pokémon Platinum version Let's Play. Now, a little bit of Ev lore. My first Pokemon game was Pokemon Diamond, so the SInnoh Region is very near and dear to my heart. But Platinum, as the upgraded version, has more content, has more story, and I'd like to really take this adventure with you through Pokemon Platinum. Now, when I was growing up, there were a couple YouTubers, such as Purple Rodri, Chugga Conroy, shout out to them for being so influential in my life. I mean, they brought not only energy and excitedness, they gave me a love for this franchise, and it's a love that I don't really get to see a lot in modern YouTube. Because I feel like, especially in this modern age, there's a lot of people forget that although we use technology to communicate, to talk to each other because we're miles apart, in the end, this really is just some human beings hanging out together, having a good time, and really keeping that vibe of just, it's personal, it's just us hanging out. That's super important, and it made me fall in love with this community. And I figured, you know, in this modern day, it's my turn. What goes around comes around, and I would love to take that position of being that person for an entire another generation of Pokemon fans. So, a little bit about me. I mean, my mind's going 1,000 miles a minute, just like I'm sure many of you are. Sometimes my brain works faster than my mouth, so if you hear me kind of lag a little bit behind, that's why. But I really do want to give that feeling of, maybe everything won't be quote-unquote perfect, but what in life truly is. And like, if we were hanging out on the couch playing Pokemon, none of it would be perfect. So I just want to really create that feeling of community here. So let's get started, let's bring that energy, and let's hop into our journey to the SInnoh Region. Oh, one of my favorite parts about watching those old PokeTubers is they would narrate through the game, so I will absolutely be doing voice acting for your audio pleasure. Hello there. It's so very nice to meet you. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Rowan. That's my boy right there. I love Rowan. However, everyone just calls me the Pokemon Professor. Before I go any further, is this your first adventure? If you need advice, I'm certainly capable of giving it. It is not our first adventure, I feel like pretty clearly. One of the things that really made me, blew my mind as a kid, is this was the professor that I saw first. And then, as I got more into the Pokemon community, everybody's talking about Professor Oak. And this was Professor Oak's mentor, and I never even realized it, and that made him a bajillion times cooler in my head. I always thought he was cool, calm, collected. His voice in the anime was very deep, like this. That kind of sounded rough and mean, but I mean, he's a sweetheart on the inside. And so that's what I love about Rowan. So, no info needed right now. This world is widely inhabited by creatures known as Pokemon. Here, I have a Pokeball. Touch the button on the middle of the Pokeball if you'd please. No, not that button. The button on the Pokeball. Press the wrong button. It's a Baneri. We humans live alongside Pokemon as friends. At times, we play together, and at other times, we work together. Some Pokemon use their Pokemon to battle and develop closer bonds with them. What do? I conduct research so that we may learn more about Pokemon. You go, Rowan. Tell him. Now, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? The burning question, folks. Are you a boy, or are you a girl? We are a boy. And I would just like to take a moment to point out the absolute drip, best dressed protagonist in my opinion in the entire series. It's specifically the Platinum one. The Diamond suit is cool, this Platinum suit is amazing. It is top tier. Alright, so you're a boy? Yes, we are a boy. Tell me, what is your... Ooh, lost the Rowan voice. Tell me, what is your name? Our name is Ev. So my full name's actually Evan, but ever since high school, my close friends have called me Ev, just kind of like a nickname. Someone said it one time, and it kind of stuck. And honestly, I like it. It's short, it's sweet, it's to the point. It sounds slick. Your name is Ev. Yes, it is. Okay, so you're Ev. A fine name, that is. Now, this boy here, I believe he's your friend. What might his name be? Now see, this guy, for those of you not familiar, in the anime and in the manga, his name was... No, actually in the manga his name was Pearl. In the anime his name was Barry. And so that's how most of you probably know him. That's how I know him these days. But when I first played Pokemon Diamond, Barry was just another one of those names on that list. And I chose none of them. So when I was starting Pokemon out, it was through the trading cards. You know, one of my friends... from my childhood, his name was Nathan. We were very close, we hung out all the time. He was into Pokemon right about the time when I got into it, and he got me into it, through Diamond, actually. I think Diamond was his first game, too. But he had this huge stack of Pokemon cards. I came over, he was showing me, he went through them, I was admiring these awesome creatures, and he actually, very kindly, it's amazing, this is what probably, kick-started my love into Pokemon. He actually gave me my first 20 cards, and they were all Sinnoh Pokemon, and I remember them very fondly. Some of them were actually good cards, back in the competitive day of Diamond and Pearl. Obviously, I was very young, so I wasn't in any tournaments, but I still have them today, and they're kind of awesome to go back and look at. They have a whole nother wave of nostalgia. One example, I know that many people are not fans at all of Ambipom. Ambipom was one of my cards, and I love Ambipom. And as you'll soon find out, I do have a favorite animal. No spoilers. So, the first time I played Diamond, and this time, we are going to be naming him after that friend who got me into Pokemon in the first place. A very special friend of my life. His name was Nathan. Nathan, is it? That's your friend's name? Yes, it is. Shout out, Nathan. Alright, Ev, the time has come. Your very own tale of grand adventure is about to unfold. On your journey, you will meet countless people in Pokemon. I'm sure that along the way you will discover many things, perhaps even something about yourself. Now, go on. Leap into the world of Pokemon. Let's take the leap. And here we are, a slightly different intro from Diamond and Pearl. If you know, you know. That Diamond and Pearl intro will always be iconic to me, kind of shoots forward, references the upcoming Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Upcoming at the time, I guess. But this is right after he went back to visit Professor Oak, his mentee. What's the opposite of mentor? I'm going to say mentee. And this is his quote off the news channel. Pokemon are by our side, always. I hope you will understand the meaning of those words. That was the comment left by Professor Rowan, who has returned to Sinnoh from the SInnoh Region. That concludes our special program. Let's ask Professor Rowan. There we go. Brought to you by Jubilife TV on Nationwide Net. See you next week. Same time, same channel. Oh, and that Twin Leaf music always hits so hard. I'm gonna take my first step. And there he is. Nathan's here. There you are. I'm gonna give you the Barry voice. Sorry, Nathan. I think it's a cool voice. I'm not a fan of it, but I'm gonna try my best. Hey, Ev, did you just see the TV? Sure you did. Professor Rowan's that really important guy who studies Pokemon, right? That means he must have lots and lots of Pokemon. So, if we ask him, I bet he'd give us some Pokemon. You have no idea, Nathan. Oh, hey, is this a new PC? Where was I? Oh, right. We're going to see Professor Rowan and get some Pokemon. I'll be waiting outside. Okay, Ev, if you're late, I'm finding you 10 million Pokédollars. was one of my favorite lines. I know it's... I mean, it's overhyped to this point, but I still love it. That if you're late, I'm fining you $10 million. That became a whole meme in my time. Barry's awesome. This is the Wii. So about the same time I got my DS to play Pokemon Diamond. Actually got a DSi and played Pokemon Diamond. And when I did, shortly after, we got a Wii for our family. And those two consoles, probably my favorite consoles of all time. They were amazing. You know, the Pokemon content on the Wii and the DSi, a peak in my opinion. I mean, I hope you come to discover the same through our journeys together. But I'd love to hear your opinions. Drop down in the comments below. What was your first Pokemon game? This is our mom.
Ev! Nathan already left. I don't know what it was about, but he sure was in a hurry.
Alright, we're going to find Nathan. Oh, this music always gets to me on an emotional level.
Oh yes, Ev! Don't go into the tall grass. Wild Pokemon might attack you. It would be okay if you had your own Pokemon, but you don't, so... Well, take care, sweetie.
Joanna, also the best mom in Pokemon. I've got a lot of very strong opinions. I'd love to hear your thoughts too. I mean, really tell me who you like. Who are your favorite characters? Who's your favorite villainous team? Really anything about your personal journey in Pokemon. Kind of introduce yourself. Reach out in those comments and tell me about yourself. Now, SInnoh is a town of... SInnoh is a region of kind of a peace and tranquility, unlike any other region. And so how I've always loved to play these SInnoh games is, you know, take your time. Take in the sights. We're not playing to, you know, rush to the end. If you'd like to rush to the end, if you'd like to find out the story, I mean, I would invite you actually to play alongside me. Go at your own pace, kind of stop back in, watch our adventures together, or match my pace, and we can journey through this region. But I always do like to take my time, really talk to the characters, see the sights. There's a lot of things in SInnoh that you might miss if you don't stop and smell the roses every now and then. Technology just blows me away. I mean, now you can play with people around the world, wirelessly. I believe there's a technology guy who's like, technology is amazing in like almost every game. I just saw some of that recently. But Twin Leaf Town, motto, fresh and free.
It's true that wild Pokemon do attack people sometimes, but Pokemon also open their hearts to you, so you can become friends.
And of course, I haven't forgotten our mission. Trudge through the snow to get... Oh! Thud! Nathan?
What was that about? Oh, hey, Ev. Hey, I'm going to see Professor Rowan. You should come too, and quickly. Oh, geez, forgot something.
Always got that Barry vibe. I mean, sometimes I can relate to Barry. Sometimes your mind just goes a mile a minute, and you just gotta catch up. But, I mean, and he really contrasts the SInnoh feel. It makes you feel, like, pushed forward. It makes you feel that progression when you're traveling with Barry. Or, in this case, Nathan. Nathan's mom.
Oh, hi, Ev. Are you looking for Nathan? He was gone for a second, but then he came running right back home. He just can't sit still, that boy. I wonder who he takes after.
I wonder, too. Maybe we'll find out.
I'd better take my bag and journal, too. Oh, hey, Ev. I'll be waiting on the road. It's a 10 million Pokédollar fine if you're late.
I guess we better get going, then. Beautiful musical score.
Hiya, Ev. You're looking for Nathan? He just went tearing off a little while ago. He's probably not gone too far. Why not go chase after him?
It's Route 201. There he is.
Too slow. Alright, let's get moving to Professor Rowan's lab. What? Don't go into the tall grass, right? No worries, no problem. It doesn't matter that we don't have any Pokemon. Trust me on this one. I've got an idea.
And this, my friends, is an innovative idea of his time.
He is the Albert Einstein of 2006. Now listen, you know how wild Pokemon jump out when you go into the tall grass? So what you do is, you scoot over to the next patch of grass before any wild Pokemon can appear. It kind of gives me the vibes of like, how do you even choke? Just swallow the food. Or how do you even drown? Just drink the water. I loved his logic. If we just keep dashing, we can get to Sandgem Town without running into wild Pokemon. Okay, stick with me. Okay, here goes. On your marks.
Hold it! You two don't seem to have any Pokemon between you. Then what is the meaning of going into the tall grass? Silence.
Hey, Ev, this old guy. It's Professor Rowan, isn't it? What's he doing here?
They tried to go into the tall grass because they wanted Pokemon. What to do? The world would surely change if they were to meet Pokemon. Is it right for me to put them on that path? You two, you truly love Pokemon, do you?
Yes, I do. Me too! I love Pokemon too!
I will ask you once again. You two, you truly love Pokemon, do you?
What? You can ask 100 times! The answer will never change! We'll both answer 100 times! We still love Pokemon! Right, Ev? Yes, we do.
A pair of reckless kids who foolishly try to enter tall grass without Pokemon of their own? It worries me what people like that would do with Pokemon.
Well, then forget about me, but give a Pokemon to my friend here. I mean, it was me who tried to go into the tall grass and all.
How big of you? Very well, I will entrust you two with Pokemon. I apologize for putting you through that exercise. However, you must promise me that you will never recklessly endanger yourselves again. Now then. Now, where...
There's Dawn.
Professor Rowan, you left your briefcase at the lake. Oh, is something wrong here?
Ah, there it is. Dawn, nice work. What I was about to do was to entrust these two with their own Pokemon.
Pardon? Those Pokemon are hard to replace. Are you sure about giving them away?
We exist side by side with Pokemon. There comes a time when people should meet Pokemon. There is a world that should be explored together. For them, today is that time. The place, right here. Go on, open the briefcase and choose a Pokemon.
Really? Professor Rowan, I can't believe it. I'm so happy now that I can't keep a straight face. Hey, Ev, you can choose first. Hey, I'm practically a grown-up. I have to show some class here. And we're gonna take the time to save. Now, if a lot of you couldn't tell from the foreshadowing or the channel name, obviously SInnoh was my first game, and my favorite animal always, since I was very young, has been a monkey. So, that first time when I saw that briefcase open, it was under slightly different circumstances in Diamond and Pearl, but I saw that briefcase fall open, and you already know who I went with. And although I will be taking recommendations for team members, this is something that I'd like to have stay consistent with my team and my logo. I mean, there's a reason the logo is what it is. It's my favorite Pokemon of all time. Now choose, which Pokemon will it be? And of course, we will be choosing Turtwig. No, but Turtwig, see these SInnoh starters? I think that all of them are absolutely elite all the way through their evolution lines. I think they're the most consistently good designs and interesting designs. Tiny Leaf Pokemon Turtwig, will you take this Pokemon? No, we will not. On the other side, we have Piplup. I think the most popular of the three and Dawn's Pokemon of the anime. I definitely remember Piplup being a character from the anime that I absolutely loved. A tough little guy. I mean, he tries his best, and he honestly pulls through with some pretty insane feats sometimes. But we will not be choosing the Penguin Pokemon Piplup. Say that fast 3 times. We will in fact be choosing my boy from day one, the chimp Pokemon Chimchar. Then I choose you. I'm picking this Piplup.
Very well. Both of you have chosen a good Pokemon, it seems. Now listen well. The Pokemon you've been entrusted with are unfamiliar with the world. In that regard, they're much like you. As fellow newcomers to the world, I hope you'll do well together. If you have any trouble, come see me at my lab in Sandgem Town. And now, we'll be on our way.
Professor, wait for me, please. I'm sorry, please let me pass.
How do you like that? Professor Rowan's really nice. On TV, he seems so stern and scary. Haha, Ev, we both just got Pokemon now. There's only one thing to do, right? Are you up for this? Yes, I am. Let's go, Nathan. I've always wanted to say this. The time has finally come. Ev, I challenge you to a battle. Versus Nathan. You were challenged by Pokemon trainer Nathan. And he sent out Piplup. Our boy. This first battle is always grueling. You never want to lose this first battle. By the way, that's a completely made up rule. You're totally allowed to lose this first battle when the game progresses. It's just as a kid, I always thought that you didn't. So I would always, think if I lost this first battle, I would reset to restart the game and try it again. I actually did win this battle the first time I played, but there are times that I have lost it, where the AI actually makes some pretty smart moves. And so I would always just power off, power back on before I even got the chance to see. So that was always just a rule I made up in my own head. And I've heard a lot of people agree with that as well. Now I believe there's an optimal strategy combining Leer, like Leer when they growl at you and then Scratch when they pound you. I'm unfamiliar with the exact strategies. I know there's a lot of professional Pokemon players out there. And I think that's very cool. I enjoy watching their content, but I'm very much in Pokemon for the adventure. I do enjoy strategy, I do enjoy online competitive battling, but especially in a playthrough, and especially in a region so near and dear to my heart, I'm not going to be calculating out, how much damage things are going to do. I do know type matchups, but that's the extent of what I'm going to look up in this playthrough. Excuse me, I won't even look up type matchups. I know type matchups, but I won't look up like damage calcs or anything. I feel like that kind of detracts from the play experience for me. No way! We can keep going. This is where we hit our stride. Gonna hit him with that Leer, drop his defense. And he's starting to pound. Just try to scratch. Now, if you just started recently with the new games, you'll notice that your starter starts with an elemental move of its type. Back when I started, you only had a normal type move, that being Scratch, Tackle, Pound, something of the sort, and then a stat buff or a stat debuff. So Leer, Growl, Withdraw. And so, these really came down to the wire. The elemental move probably wouldn't have helped you that much, because you would face the starter strong against your type. However, in a case like this, where I'm in low health, the namesake of this channel, actually, is my Chimchar's ability, Blaze. If you're familiar with the Diamond and Pearl arc of the anime, I watched that with glowing in my eyes. That was insane. I loved that Blaze ability in the anime. And it would help here. I think it would actually allow me to knock out this Piplup before it knocks me out. And as I talk about that, we're turning over a new leaf, folks. I will not be resetting this game. This is a first for, at least for childhood me. I have gone forward without losing before. Aha! I won? But that battle, it could have gone either way. It was that close. It really was in this case. I can tell you one thing. Battling is awesomely fun. Okay, let's go home. I'm beat after that battle. My Pokemon needs rest too. See ya, Ev. And here we are back home.
What's the matter, dear? Wow, that's what happened to you? You and Nathan are lucky to have met Professor Rowan. Imagine if you didn't. I wouldn't like to think about what the wild Pokemon might have done to you two. Ev, go see Professor Rowan and thank him properly for your Pokemon. This lab is in Sandgem Town, isn't it? Now that you have your own Pokemon, the tall grass won't be so threatening. Oh, I know. Ev, put these on.
Ev received a pair of running shoes.
Going to Sandgem Town is like an adventure in itself, right? With those running shoes, you can get to faraway places much faster. Okay, let me read the instructions. Press the B button and dash about faster than ever before. Put on the running shoes and blaze new trails of adventure.
Wow. What a... Wow. Great minds think alike, I guess. That was that's actually the description I put for my, get ready to blaze new trails of adventure. I was doing a pun off my channel name. I totally did not remember that's what you said. That's really cool.
Well, isn't that just nifty?
And of course, I will showcase how we are flying around in these running shoes. But it looks like that's where we're going to be leaving off for this first episode. We'll be saving right by this sign. It was great getting started in this adventure with you. When we pick up next episode, we will be going over to Professor Rowan's to follow up with him, venturing over to Sandgem Town, and capturing some of our first wild Pokemon. Drop down in the comments below which starter you picked, or which starter you would have picked when you place the SInnoh games, and let me know any team recommendations. I'd be glad to start hearing ideas for who we want on our team this adventure. Thanks for checking in. This has been Ev, bringing the blaze back, and always remember, stay blazing.